Hey y'all, recently I had a request to do a gun cleaning video. When I first got the request, I thought about, well, what gun do I want to clean in the video? I thought about a bolt action rifle, and I thought, well, no, I believe I'll go with a lever gun. So this is my Marlin, model 1894. And it's chambered in .44 Magnum. I have another video on YouTube of my grandson shooting this rifle, if you want to go check it out. Now before we get started here, let's talk about some things that are handy to have. You don't have to have them, but they sure make things nicer when you go to do stuff like this. First of all, we have a vise. That's about the handiest thing I've got in my little workroom here. I use this thing for just about everything. You'd be surprised what a good vise will, what all you can do with it. It's just a handy item to have. Now the next thing are these wooden cowls to go in the vise. To keep your gun, you know, you put your cowls in like this, and then you set your gun barrel in there and tighten it down, and there your gun stays. Now you need two sets of these. One for general use, like these right here, and one for gun use only. And you need to mark them and keep them separated. What happens is, if you use them for general use, inevitably you'll get metal shavings embedded in this wood here, and then when you crank down on them, your gun barrel, you're going to get scratches and mar your finish on your gun. That's never a good thing. You sure want to avoid that. Now another thing you're going to need here is some cleaning brushes and such. This is a bore mop. You're going to need a bore mop, a brass bristle brush, cleaning brush, and a jag, and an all-purpose brush to clean with. And these three here, they need to be in the same caliber as the gun. Also, you're going to need some good cleaning patches. I like to use these good heavy-duty cotton patches. It's this brand right here. This is what I use. And they are for use with a 38, 40, 41, 44, and 45 caliber. Also, you can use them with a 20, 28, and 14 gauge shotgun, and a 9mm and a 10mm. There's some real good patches. You're also going to need some cleaning supplies. This is what I like to use, Hoppy's No. 9. I like the smell of it, and it does a really good job. For the oil, this is what I use here, the 3-in-1 oil. This stuff's oil Singer sewing machines. It's oil to everything. Guns, since 1894. It's been around, and well, it's earned its reputation. It's a good product. I also like to use a dab of grease. This can be just any grease. This is just straight out of the grease gun here. Nothing special. Don't have to go buy any expensive grease or anything. Grease is grease. You need a good cleaning rod. This one has ball bearings in the handle, so that the rod will spin. When you're sending it down the barrel, it'll spin and follow the grooves of the riflings on the barrel, and it cleans them out really good like that. You're also going to need a good set of screwdrivers. These are made by Wheeler. I think I gave $12 for these screwdrivers. You don't have to go crazy on spending money on stuff to get good stuff. These are specially made to fit the screws on guns. You don't really want to use screwdrivers out of your toolbox. The reason being is they're not made to fit these slots on these gun screws, and you can end up marring or what I call boogering up the heads of your screws. I've done that many a time before I finally broke down and bought some good screwdrivers. As a matter of fact, I've had to replace these two screws up here on the front. There's one on each side. Those things are $2.98 a piece. Gun screws are not cheap. They're fairly expensive. The thread pitch on them is different from just your ordinary screw. In other words, you're not going to go down there to the hardware store and buy a replacement for it. You're pretty much going to have to go to Midway USA or Midwest Gun Works or some other gun supply and order your screws, and they charge dearly for them. And so I tell you what, let's see if we can set this camera down and get started here. Gonna have to kind of excuse my camera work. It's not the best. Zoom in just a little bit. Okay. So very carefully, I've taken the liberty of loosening this screw some before we started the video. Very carefully. Let's get this out of the way. You also need to open up your bolt a little bit here. About like that. And finish taking the screw out. I like to put my fingers down here to keep them the screwdriver from slipping and scratching my gun up. Set that screw aside. Just take and slide your lever right on out. Set it aside. Okay, we're going to get our bolt out now. We need to pull back on our hammer a little bit right here. Right there. Slide your bolt straight on out the back. Slide right on out. Set it over here. Okay, down here in this channel here, inside the chamber, we have an extractor. I've got the light shining on it right now. Let me get my old fingers are fat and it's hard for me to reach down in there. But it's this little piece right here. We're just going to reach down in there and grab it. Pull it right on out. As you can see it just looks like a little wishbone. And this little indent right, this little piece right here. Get in camera here. I'm out of frame. This little piece right here fits right down in that little hole. Right there. Zoom out. Yeah. Well, let me show you how this works here. When this bolt is in the rifle, this lever goes right up through this slot right there. Well, it's like this. I got it backwards. Right up through there. And when you lever open or closed, it slides that bolt forward. Forward and back. Forward and back. And this, see if I can do this with the wrong hand. This little ejector fits right in that slot right there, rides right in that slot, up and down. And it just hits the, when it comes forward, when the bolt comes back, the ejector comes forward and hits the rim of the case, the brass casing, throws it right on out the side. That's how that works. Well, guys, let's see. I tell you what, we're running a little close on time here, so I'll get the rifle. I'll do a part 2, and we'll show you how to clean this gun, or at least how I do it. I thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for part 2, and please like and subscribe. Bye.